The fact that Ubisoft didn't make an Assassin's Creed game because it was going to be a heavy critique of America and racism, and they didn't want that apparently, um, is literally the opposite of the entire game's existence, which is why, like, being under control by these companies is it's awful, because that is the whole point of the entire series. And when it was making them money when it first came out, they had no problem that the game was literally in support of liberation, in violent liberation, detailed, violent, executed well, choreographed, organized liberation and destruction of the corrupt systems that countries live under. That's what the whole game is about. Nothing is true. Everything is permitted. That's literally the whole point of every Assassin's Creed ever. Okay? So, the fact that we've always been in this type of fascism. People just didn't realize it because, it's structured a certain way for you not to realize that you're completely a slave and controlled in every way, and everybody is oppressed in every way. But the fact that it got suppressed and didn't get made because of that is insane. It's literally batshit insane. When that's the whole point of the series, which is why. So another reason why this matters so much to me is because Assassin's Creed was my second favorite game series for the longest time, from 1 to 3. Okay, 3, I had reservations about some things, but overall, I still loved it more than most people, especially the real world stuff. I did not agree with how they executed everything with Desmond, because I wanted Desmond's game. That's the whole point of the series. Everybody started loving the history stuff so much and playing those worlds that it got taken away from them, the direction they were supposed to go, which was we were supposed to be into the future, and Desmond was supposed to change and save the world, and they were going to do updated Templars and all that. And it was going to be a whole thing with him having the old abilities and the old knowledge and, like, transforming the modern world. I was waiting for Desmond's game, and I personally love Desmond more than most people give him credit for, because he has a lot of fused development from his people and understanding. So he was going to be fucking amazing as a full-on character when we finally got around to his game. He already was pretty good. But that's the whole point of the fucking game. The whole fucking point of the fucking game series. And because these people own our companies and are scared of the people who are oppressing us, we didn't get a game that we should have fucking got. And then they cut out the real world storyline in general, which is why when I bought Black Flag and they did a bunch of stuff and they made it to where anybody can just get in the animus and all that stuff, it's actually horrible writing and I hate it. And it changed the whole. Now I don't even know what the real world stuff is or if it even matters now because they made it irrelevant. So I dropped off for a long time from Assassin's Creed because of that. And I'm not saying Black Flag wasn't good because I'm pretty sure Edward and that stuff was amazing. I really loved everything with the little bit I played of that game. But the real world storyline stuff literally made me, like, not care. And then I stopped, haven't played, and then there's some interesting ones that I'm kind of interested in playing. Like, I want to play Origins, obviously. Odyssey. I think it's Odyssey. And then Valhalla. Valhalla was the one I almost got and was going to get back into because I really like Vikings and shit. And that I feel like that game was probably going to be really fucking good. And then, the new one that came out looks good too. But it's just like, I got cheated out of my real world game because people just liked the history aspects. They got stuck on that. So they had to format that to the likes of these people. And then now we're hearing that because of fascism, we didn't get a game about liberation in which a series is about liberation and has always been about liberation and the destruction of corrupt systems and saving humanity. But yeah, art's not political. I need y'all to, like, realize how fucking ridiculous that statement has always been, and it's always pissed me off because everything is political. And not only is everything political, but art is literally always, it comes from liberation. In the creation of art, liberation and calling out terrible systems and detailing oppression and talking about things you're not supposed to talk about is literally innately in art. You can't even make a video game that makes them uncomfortable. That's where we're at. You can't make a movie that makes them uncomfortable. You can't make things. Do you see why suppression and censorship has always been something that black people have fought against? Why hip hop is so anti-censorship? Because of that. Because the changing of history. Because of how they meld things to lie to you and paint it as truth. Anyway, everything is true. Fault. I fucked up the line. Damn. This is their fault. They fucked up the line. Anyway, nothing is true. Everything is permitted.